Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel today. What's the fuss? Well, today I have for you wax melt empties right here, and also, ooh, Jesus, some candles I got through. And I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're enjoying the weather today. Where I'm at, it's full sunshine, and temperatures are up there. It's about 72 degrees. It's beautiful outside. And when I'm done filming this video, I'm going to be going out and taking advantage of the beautiful weather. I'm going for a ride, getting hubby in the car, and we're going through the country for a nice long ride. So, don't know if I'll be stopping at some stores. Um, might maybe get a trip into the Walmart. We'll see how that goes. And, yeah, it's just beautiful outside. Now, I'm going to let you know ahead of time, just in case, if you do hear anything in the background, it's my neighbor behind me cutting the grass. I heard them cutting it out there, and then it stopped. So maybe they're taking a break, but they might come back out and pick up where they left off. So anyway, because everybody down here, we don't have a little grass to cut. Everybody's got a lot of grass to cut. Between the front of your home and the back of your home, there's plenty of grass. It's not like a little, little area in the front. We got major areas in the front and major areas in the back of these homes. So, and the yards are not fenced off. No, nobody has high fencing, blocking their neighbor. The yards just run into each other, but you know where to step and not to step. Having respect for someone else's yard, even without fencing. So anyway, because I'm sitting on an acre, tiny hair over an acre of land, so my backyard is huge like anybody else's, and lots of wildlife and lots of trees everywhere. And also in the front of my home, you have to walk up a large walkway that, winds like this. That's how they put it in, whoever owned this home way before us. And there's a huge front space that's right on the road. Everybody's got one. So when the holiday time comes, just want to mention this before I get into the empties. During the summer, there's plenty of room to plant out the front of your house, put all kind of gardening, accessory business. And also when holiday time comes, Christmas now, you can put a lot of different things out on your front lawn, and it won't look crammed and crushed like when you have a small area in front of your house. So, yeah, I live in this area where the people are well-to-do. Let's put it that way. They're well-to-do, and I'm not far from the country golf course and that kind of uppity stuff too. Not that I go to it, but it's right here. It's right here. So, yeah, I'm gonna get on with the video. If you want to get yourself a pen and paper, maybe want to jot some of these things down, negatives, positives, might want to get yourself a drink, pause me. And I'm having an iced coffee. This is just the instant coffee that I've gotten at the Dollar Tree in the jar, ice, and half and sugar. That's all it is. There's nothing else in there. It's nice and sweet the way it is. And this tumbler thing I have here with the lid and everything, there's another cap that goes on top of this. It has blades, so when you turn this upside down, it mixes stuff. Well, the motor thing just blew. So this will be my last iced coffee made in that contraption. I gotta get a new one at Walmart. This here I can save and still reuse. It has, an opening there, and then of course this part, opens and closes right here. But yep, this is the last official iced coffee made in that machine. It just finally blew up. I have it about maybe 5 or 6 years, something like that, 5 or 6 years. So it finally went kapooty. It started burning up. It wouldn't turn. Well, it was starting to turn, then it just stopped. And it just kept burning up, and it started smoking. And then it started eating the plastic that runs along the bottom of the machine. When you turn this upside down, it chewed itself up. It stinks. So I had to open the kitchen window, get that stinky smell out today too. So I need another one of these thingies. So anyway, we're going to get on with the video. I'm going to start with the candles first and get them the hell out of the road. Okay. Just as I pull them from the bag. This here was from Walmart. Most of this stuff is from Walmart. I think it's all from Walmart, except maybe a few little itty-bitty candles. But anyway, this here, this is Mainstays Peach Mango. Peach, mango, and lemon. They do have the wax melts in this. I buy this a lot in the wax melts, but I decided I was going to get this 14-ounce candle. These are just under $6, and it has a pretty lace wraparound. They have this style of wraparound for a lot of the fragrances that's out. But it's got peaches on, sliced, whole, halves. It's really, really pretty with this lace design. It does have the plastic. This is plastic lids now instead of the metal ones. And yeah, we got a crap show going on there. It burnt itself out. But as it was going down, it started getting yucky and smoky and just horrible. Okay, but the wicks are still there. But you can still smell the peach lang lang and the mango. I get a lot more peach than I do mango and lang lang out of this, and that's fine with me because I really love the smell and the taste of peaches. Yeah, it was a white wax too. It might be hard to tell on there, but it was white, but it got all sloppy and yucky. But did it perform in throw? I'd say I got at least a 7.5 out of it. But I am in a huge extra large room. This is not a standard room. This is a monster room. In fact, every room in this house is monster size. Everything is. There's nothing small about this house that I live in. So anyway, yeah, it smells just like sweet peaches. Somewhere between can and when peaches are really in season and you can smell them before you even get to the stand or the if you're at a farmer's market or a farmer off the side of the road and they're selling peaches, you can smell it before you get to the actual stand to pick them. Or if you're in the grocery store and you're coming into the produce aisle, you can smell the sweetness of the peaches before you go over to the stand where they are to pick them up. Yeah, that's what it smells like. Love that smell. It smells like authentic peaches. Not so much of the mango. Not so much of the lang lang. A lot of sweet peach. So yeah, I like this, and like I said, you have to take into consideration I'm in a much larger room. So I'd say it was about a 7.5 in here because this place is big. Oh, it still smells so good in there. The remainder. If I see another one with the lace design from one Walmart to another, you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely picking up another one in this print. I like the laciness. It looks so pretty when it was lit up. Yeah, I could sit here and sniff this all day, people. I love the scent of this. So you might have better luck if your rooms are standard or if they're a little smaller. You'll have much better luck with it. You'll get a stronger throw on is what I'm trying to say, okay? Then I have another one. This is also from some other, it could be part of the lace collection, but maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I'm not really sure. But this is the Mainstays Frosted Berry Cupcake. I love this one. This is also out there. And I've had the wax melts in this many times. I've had the single wick candles, but the 20 ounces, I'm finding it hard to find that scent in that configuration. I can find it in this, and I can find it in the single wick pillar candle and not the jar candle. And of course I find the wax melts, and I've used a lot of this, and I've bought a lot of it, and I really love it. This is strawberries, cake batter, and vanilla buttercream. Okay, this one also has the black, oh, sorry, this one has the metal lid. This is a black metal lid. And also white wax, 14 ounces, right here, a little under $6 for them. This smells like cupcake batter before you bake and turn it into a cupcake. This is just the batter, which I love that scent. I when I'm baking a cake or brownies or anything, I'm a grown woman, but I still like to lick the spoon, lick the spatula, lick the beaters, and lick the bowl. Yeah. The fruits in here, the strawberry and that, I do smell a little bit of blueberry in here too, a wild blueberry scent. I think this one smells a hell of a lot better, more juicier, more authentic than the Sensationals something cupcakes. That one smells like hairspray to me. I don't know why it is, but it does. But I like this one, and I would say that in this configuration of the 3-wick, I say this one was about the same. About 7.5 in throw in this huge monstrous room in here. So you might have better luck with if you have a standard size rooms or smaller. Love it. I just love the scent of this one. It smells just like you're making a cake batter. And then you're adding some fresh fruits around it. Real juicy. Really like this one. But this does really, really good in the wax melts. It does fabulous. Yeah, love that one too. Okay, then I have mainstays. This is the banana nut bread. This is banana, walnut, and brown sugar. These ones are the 11.5 ounce. These are the 3 wicks, plastic cover. And this one burnt itself out. It was in a pretty yellow color, but not yellow like a crayon. Kind of like a pudding or a cake batter yellow shade. I could still smell the banana and like that walnut smell that they're saying you do get walnut in this. Of course, sweet is from the brown sugar. I used to buy this a lot when it was in wax melts, but they don't bring it in wax melts no more. That's a good couple some years ago. They used to have it in the wax melts by Mainstays, and they also had it that you can buy it in the large single wick 20 ounce jar, besides the 11.5. The throw on this isn't as good as it used to be when it first made its debut moons ago. There is no center plug on these, a white center plug of wax and pouring around it. That you find in the 20 ounce jars, but in this there isn't any. But it smells good for the first half of the candle, and then it loses its oomph. So it loses its oomph and it loses its fragrance. But I still like it. But they did go up in price on these. These used to be like $3, then $3.33. These are up there too. They're just a tiny bit under $4, or if you live in somewhere else in your Walmarts, you know, depending on regional, they could be a little over $4. I've seen them in different ways, including the website. So, yeah. But when it used to be good, it really, really good. It used to throw fabulous, but now I'm lucky if I got a 5 off of that. I mean, I don't want it super duper strong, but it's a little stronger than what it was, but I don't know. That's the story on the banana nut bread. Okay. Then this one here just recently came out during the winter, the late part of the winter. They were putting the spring stuff out already. This is the Mainstays Black Cherry Cola. I was very excited for this. I only see it in this configuration. I do not see it in a large 20-ounce jar. I don't see it in any other vessels, and certainly not in wax melts. But this here was the Black Cherry Cola. It's black cherry sparkling cola, white sugar crystals. Again, 11.5 ounces and plastic lid, 3 wicks. Burnt itself out, won't light no more. Same story. When I got this, it actually smelled like cherry fizzy cola. They're saying sparkling sugar crystals. It had that effervescence to it. It had that good black cherry smell. It had that cola smell. But once it got to the halfway mark, the scent disappeared. It was completely scentless by that point. I just used it to use it up. But when it was on cold and halfway through, yeah, you could smell actual fizzy cola with black cherry added to it. They do burn clean and nice. You know, at least my banana nut bread and this black cherry cola one did. No problems with the burn or the issue. No sooting. They did really, really good. Just if they can get them to stay fragrant the whole entire time that you're using the candle. But price went up, quality went down. Yeah, so really can't smell much in there anyway. If I was to put this tiny bit where it stops all the time on its own, unless you stop it yourself at the 1/4 inch mark, you're not going to get no more scent off this. It's dead. So, if they could just improve the scent like they had it before, we'd be sitting good. But it is what it is. So, got these two, and they're done with. All right, then I have another one. This also came out at the same time the black cherry cola one came out. This is also in wax melts, but I do not see it in any other configuration except I think this is in the single wick 20 ounce, but it's hard to find it anymore. Though it just came out. I really can't find it. Either people are buying it up and Walmart didn't restock it. Even on their website, it says out of stock, at least for my area. So this is the Mainstays Frosty Sorbet Pops. This is orange, citrus, and fruit. Another 11.5 ounce plastic lid, 3 wicks. In fact, that one of the ones, whichever way I want to look at this, or maybe 2, they drifted a little. They drifted. And yeah, these 2 drifted over. So here, can't really smell much in there anymore. It did stop on its own at that 1/4 inch mark because of the top of the tab that holds the cotton wicks. When this was on cold and when it warmed for the first few burns, again, we got a clean vessel. No problem. As it was burning down. No soot, no sliminess, no, corrosion, none of that on the jar. But here, it smelled exactly like an orange popsicle. It did not smell like an orange creamsicle. It didn't have the creamsicle. It just had the orange popsicle scent to it. It was really nice. It did good again. Till once it gets to the halfway, then it starts losing scent. It becomes scentless, and the burn on, to say the throw on this one, when it was throwing, I would say, again, 7.5, 7 3/4. Not quite an 8 for me anyway in the huge room, but maybe for you. But yeah, it smelled like an actual orange an actual orange popsicle, not a dreamsicle. You can add vanilla with this and burn a vanilla and this together at the same time, and you might get that orange creamsicle smell, but it's orange popsicle. Really like that one. And it's not bitter, it's a sweet orange, because some oranges come off bittery. So that takes care of that. Then I have a Goose Creek, which I had bought in Walmart. I'm trying to remember, just give me a second. I'm trying to remember. I bought, the peach sangria or whatever it was called, peach sangria something or other. I bought that at the same time I bought this one. This one is in Walmart. This is the Goose Creek Buttercream Sprinkles, soy blended wax with essential oils, 14.5 ounces. Beautiful, cute little label of a cake icing and then all the candy confetti pieces on it. We have Jimmy's, we have the candy stars, the candy circles. It's a variety of different sugary type sprinkle toppings on the top of that buttercream frosting label. So the scent notes are vanilla, buttercream, and cake. And these are just under $13 in Walmart. It says made in the USA. Well, it came with the mirror lid, and it's a mess. It's smoky looking in there. It's not pure white anymore. It has like a gray, I don't know how it's transpiring on that camera, but it is darker than what that camera, from what I'm seeing. It's actual dark, smoky gray color. And you can see there's blackening on the inside as I turn this. That's a clear part. But see, it starts coming on again. It's all on the inside. This was a smoker, and I can't smell anything. It burnt itself out. When it was going for, I'll say, at least a quarter of the way down, I did smell some cupcake, but not strongly, and some buttercream. Kind of smelled like, a cake that you made at home like this, or you bought one in a store or went to a bakery and told them, what you wanted. It did smell like birthday cake. It did smell like a buttercream frosting type of a cake with candy sprinkles. But quarter of the way down, after that, a crap show on fragrance. I couldn't hardly smell it all. I stood over it and I could barely smell it. So again, I am not impressed with Goose Creek one bit. I've given them so many tries between their candles and their wax melts, just from the purchases in Walmart since they decided to come into Walmart. Walmart brought them in. No. So I buy no more. This is the end of this crap. Because it's nothing but crap as far as I'm concerned. I have no luck with this stuff. So when it was first burning, like I said, I'd give it about a 7.5. After that, the rest of the 3/4 jar, it was disastrous, and I didn't get much scent. I'm not trying to knock Goose Creek. I'm just trying to tell you so you don't waste your money. They're not good in Walmart. If you purchase from the website, I've heard people say that they've had better luck that way. If you want to go that route, that's up to you, but I'm not going that route. I'm not going that route either. I'm just not wasting my time, because not every person has a good luck with them. I've heard people say they've had good luck, but I've heard a lot of people, even purchasing from Goose Creek directly, they say that they're not as strong as they used to be. They're not as good as they used to be. Wax melt or candles. So I don't know. They start out good with something when they first run a new item, and then all of a sudden, then they start getting crappy, and they push out crappy candles and crappy wax melts. They start lowering down on the quality of how much oil fragrance they're putting in there. Sure, they're going to do it at first because they want you to buy everything. Then they sucker you in, and they think you are convinced that every time you order, you're going to get the same quality each time. No, that's the problem. They're cutting back after. They're going to do it in the beginning to impress everyone and to grab orders and get, make business. But then they start depleting. So no, this is just garbage. So if you still want to waste your money and convince yourself with Goose Creek, all the power to you, but not me. No, I've given them enough tries, so forget it. Walmart or even their own website. All right, then I have this one. I bought this in Walmart many months ago. In fact, I bought two at the same time. this, because I don't buy from Yankee Candle like I used to, their quality has dwindled too. And so it's changed hands so many times. And then, of course, a lot of Yankee stores closed up, and a lot of Yankee Candle outlets also closed up. And whatever the story is online, I don't deal with it no more. I buy a candle here and there once in a while from Walmart if it smells good to me. So, I don't buy in abundance. I don't make $100, $200 orders online anymore. I just don't. But this one here, I've always loved this from when it first came out. It does have a different picture on the label for some time now, but it's not the original label the original picture on the label from when it first debuted moons ago. But this is the Yankee Candle Salted Caramel. It's a different picture, like I'm telling you. And I paid $16.96 plus tax, something like that, in Walmart. I love this fragrance because it's a shit show. You see this? But this isn't Yankee Candle's fault. It's my fault from opening and closing the door. And when the air comes in, it creates this sooty problem. Now, if the door is closed and I still get sweat, then it's the candle's problem, not mine. But this is for me opening and closing the door certain days. I didn't think the breeze would cause this much sooting, but obviously it did. Now, I didn't open it when there was a gust of wind or a tornado coming through my home. I just opened it for a breeze, but apparently it was enough to still cause this. So, anyway, these are the 22 ounces right here, 22 ounces, and they do take a while to get down. Burning this, going by the recommended hours that they say, 4 or 5 hours, that's it, a day, I let mine go. From the time I get up till the time I go to bed. That's more than 5 hours. Occasionally I'll have to come over, trim the wick snap, but this is from the wind blowing. This is not from any other reason than a breeze coming in and blackening the jar. That is my fault. So anyway, it did burn itself out. It left that 1/4 of an inch right here. There is a lot of oilness and substance down here. I mean, I could put this on the warmer, or I can put this in the freezer and then take a knife to it and pop this out and put it in warmer, but I don't feel like doing that. But this scent is terrific. I can still smell it in there. It's nice and strong because there's a lot of oils left in the bottom area. It's darker, and you can see the oils down there. This does smell like warm caramel that's, being cooked in a copper pot. But you get that sea salt smell. Like, that's why I guess I don't only love the fragrance, but good candy, even some cheap candy. Cheap chocolates that are chocolate-covered caramels, and they put the sea salt on the top of them. That combination in your mouth is like an explosion. That's how this smells. It smells of rich, decadent caramel, but a lot of the sea salt. I just love that medley of those two coming together. This is a good thrower, too, even in an extra, extra large room like this here. This throws really good. I know it's probably hard for some people to understand this or for people to digest what I'm about to say. This is why I go back to this now, because I love the scent. It's authentic to me. But I get a good throw from this. This and some other ones from Yankee Candle, especially the Strawberry White Bellini. That's another one of my favorites. That I can easily get in Walmart and get either of those in Walmart. There's other ones I love by Yankee Candle. I'll get back to this in just a moment. Just let me get this said why my brain is pushing the info. Because otherwise I'll forget. There's a bunch of other Yankee Candle scents that I love from all periods in time when they were, first introduced. They come back as treasures, whatever. I love the Honeydew Melon from Yankee Candle. Oh, God, do I love that Honeydew Melon scent. Not to be confused with Cucumber Melon or Cucumber this or that. I like cucumber scents too. But I really love that original Honeydew Melon from Yankee Candle. Really love that scent. Um, and of course, Summer Scoop. That's another one. I love the scent of that Summer Scoop candle. It reminds me so much of a McDonald's strawberry milkshake. But and I bought tons of that when it came out. Tons in every formulation they made it. So back to the salted caramel. Really like this. There's another one. I could sit and just sniff this all day long. Ooey gooey, rich caramel. Not a cheap caramel, a very good caramel scent. But tons of that sea salt. Oh, love it. The throw on this, like I was saying, for me, this one I get an 8, sometimes an 8 1/4 in throw in this large room. If I move this candle into my kitchen area, it bumps it up even more. I love it. That's why I always go back for it. Never had a problem. Never had bought one in this scent that did not throw. Never, never. Always, always. But you have the light caramel. So, oh, I just love this. It reminds me of summertime, but yet it also reminds me of fall. When caramel is real big and people are making caramel apples and everything for the fall time, but also during the summer, getting a caramel sea salted apple at the boardwalk. And this is like hard for me to try to explain this, but I'm going to do the best I can. That's why I'm staying on this scent right now before I move along with the rest of what I have to show you. This does not smell like Bath and Body Works. The boardwalk candle everybody's nuts about. It does not smell like that. This is much richer. It's more richer. It's more mature. It has that sea salt with it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's caramel and sea salt, and you smell the sea salt. I swear to God, I smell like a wetness in there. When I mean a wetness, it's not an apple. I don't smell any apple. You can pair this with an apple scent if you choose to. When I say wetness, it's like when you're going to the boardwalk or the seashore or whatever you call it. When you're there on a day where it just might have sprinkled or rained a little bit, or when the tide is rushing in and there's a lot of saltiness in the air, and you can smell the saltiness coming from the ocean, and you're far away from the ocean, like you're up on the boardwalk itself, and people are down in the beach area if, swimming is permitted that day. Permitted, being in the water, period. Swimming, walking around, surfboarding, whatever. You can smell that salt in the air, and you can smell that oceanness. That's what this reminds me of. And I just love it. I'll never not buy this. I love this scent. And I love salted caramel from other companies, but I don't think anyone has come as close to an actual sea salt caramel like this. Now, Sensationals in Walmart, they have a buttercream salted caramel. That is really good too, but I don't get the salt as much as I do in this one. I do get some salt in that, but not as much as this one. This smells like somebody just poured a box of koshered salt into caramel, or over it at least. This is just terrific. I love it, people. I can't rave enough about it. I really enjoy this one. In fact, I'm going to have to pick another one up at Walmart. I have one currently going that I just started a couple days ago, and it's only about to there. It just, barely moved off the shoulder of the jar. But I love this scent. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, smell it all day long. All right, then I have another one from Mainstays. This is the end of this. as far as I'm concerned. This is the Mainstays Warm Apple Pie. This is a 20-ounce single wick. This is baked apple, cinnamon, and spice. I can't smell any more fragrance coming off this. It did give me this yuckiness. This is what it did. I didn't do this. It did it itself. I don't have any smoldering up around here. No blackening anywhere. But I don't know what causes this. I don't know if it's the wax itself. I don't know if it's poor quality wax. I'm not sure if this has to do with hot and cold temperature. I don't know. I don't know what causes this yuckiness. But there's this much of the candle left, which I would say is probably about, well, we don't count this far bomb because it usually burns out. So we're just going to go from here to here and like right to there where it is at the shoulder when it's full. Don't count the quarter part here because that burns. The tabs won't allow it to go down any further. So from here to here, I'd say there's a quarter of the jar left. Just this way. There's a quarter of it left. Not counting that last quarter here. Just the quarter this way. So 3/4 of the jar is gone. I can't smell anything anymore. It did smell good when I first got it. You could smell cinnamon, a tiny bit of red hot cinnamon, a tiny bit of clove mixed in there, sugar crystally like, and yes, baked apple. An actual bakey apple scent to this. Not necessarily pie. More the filling, but no pie crust. This did throw to about halfway, a little past halfway. Then the rest of it and what's left, it's completely scentless. These are the ones that have the white plug in, and then they pour the colored wax and the fragrance around that. When this is lit, you'll see that white plug in there. This is normally a lot stronger. It used to be, because I used to buy this a lot. This comes in the wax melts, which you probably will have better luck with. But this used to be a very, very strong scent. Very strong, that no matter what size room you were in, or if you had this in a foyer or a hallway somewhere where there's a table or something, this used to scent up your whole damn home. Now you're lucky if it scents a room. But the thing is, it becomes scentless after a while. Now this does come in other configurations, just not wax melts, but it comes in all different other kinds of candle vessels in Walmart and different amounts of wicks in the vessels. It even comes in one of these, more than one of these, depending on which wraparound label they stick on it. It is a great scent. And I don't think it has to be geared towards fall, Thanksgiving, holiday time. It can be used all year long. It is a nice, juicy, baked wet apple smell. Baked but yet juicy. It is nice, but it's not as strong as it used to be. Years ago, it was real strong. And it went from beginning to end of the candle, and you could still smell something. Now, I can't. Unless I just got a bad one. I don't know. I can barely smell anything there. It's so faint. But it was so good when it was brand new. So anyway, that's the story on this one. I would say that when it was throwing, I was getting at least close to an 8, but not exactly an 8. And then I got less and less and less. So that's the story of this. I could say this as an emergency candle and stick it under the sink in case the power ever goes out during, the spring showers that are really bad. A car accident knocks the power off. A truck slamming into the power lines, whatever, and your power goes out. That's about all this is good for at this point. So that's the story on that one. All right, then I have this one. This is from Dollar Tree. This is the signature luminescence scent. This was the 3 ounce. This was the vanilla in the mason jars for $1.25. I love this vanilla scent when you first get it, and it burnt itself out, and it left the schmuck around the jar a little bit. You can clean these out and save them if you want to repurpose these jars for some reason. They do have the measurements on them, but you see, it kind of like stuck around there. It stuck around the inner part of the jar, but then left that hole that it won't light no more. I can't smell nothing in here anymore. I can't even smell funky wax smell. I just smell zero. It's completely scentless. Even the wax itself is scentless. I mean, there's no waxy smell, but there's no more vanilla smell. But when I first got this was nice. Do these work in a big room? It depends on the scent and the pour. I use these in my bathroom, and they do just fine in there. I get a half decent throw. I'd say at least an 8 on the vanilla. Other scents, I'm not sure, because I don't buy a lot of the other scents that they sell. But if you want to light several of these, I don't know if that's what you want to do, but light several at a time in a row, like 3 or 4 or 5, whatever your combo is. Or just leave one in your kitchen area. But it's a good vanilla. That I'll give it. It is a very good vanilla smell. Very, very good. All right. So, got that for $1.25. All right. Then I have 2 of these. Okay. Continuing on, I have 2 more candles. These were from Dollar Tree, both of them. This one here is the Wizard. This here is the Orange Blossom. Lasts up to 25 hours. The Magic of Fresh. This one here, that's the cardboard for it. This is Orange Blossom. And this was the candle. And got a little tiny wax problem there again. And on the other side, but basically it burnt itself completely out. See how low that is? I mean, that is probably a 1/16 of an inch, maybe even less than that yet. But, yeah, it burnt itself out. Just got a little bit over there, very little. Turn the whole jar so you can see the bottom. Right there. Now, are these super strong? It depends on the scent. When you get fresh scents or laundry scents or heavy florals, these little things throw great. Other kind of scents don't throw as strong as those type of ones. So anyway, I love this scent. It smells like an orange, but not a popsicle, not a candy, not a fresh orange either, or orange juice. It smells like how they're saying orange blossom. When you get orange blossom scents, the orange is more, it's not super strong on the orangey part. It's just that floral of orange. I like it. Did it throw? It threw half decent for a small bedroom, bathroom, small kitchen area. Maybe in a smaller bedroom. But in this big room, hell no. It'll get lost in here. I just keep smelling because I love the way this scent. This is like the peach thing, also by Wizard. The mango peach candles that I've gotten in my reviews, I'm hooked on that, and I like the way this orange one smells. It's very nice. It smells like orange blossom. If you ever had orange blossom hand lotion, bubble bath, some kind of fragranty soaps that are, special soaps we call them, not your everyday bar soap, little trial size that has orange blossom scent. If you know what orange blossom is, that's what this smells like. It's clean, it's fresh. It's not no orange juice or lollipop type of orange. When I was using it in my bathroom, it did fragrance my bathroom this way. When I say this way, this is the doors, that's the doors, this is the doors, the patios, but this is the French door direction, this way, and the bathroom's right there. It's a 3/4 bath. The main bath is on the other side of the house. When I had it burning in there, I could smell it. I could smell it just kind of leaking out of the bathroom a little bit into the bigger room. That's outside of this big room yet. There's another big room. Yeah. I would say I was smelling it. I'd say it was at least giving me about 7.5 because I could smell it leaking out. So yeah, this is a nice scent. I like this one. Really like it. I only paid $1.25 for it because I got it at Dollar Tree. I didn't see that one at Dollar General, but I'm sure it's probably there in certain Dollar General stores. This one is. This one here, you can find this scent not just in Dollar Tree, you can find it in a couple other places. This is not the great scents, this is the Shore scents. This is Shore scents. This is Hawaiian with 15% more bougie candle. Hawaiian, it's called. They also sell this in air fresheners for your car, you know, the cardboardy ones, but it also comes in the gel can that you pop open with that cardboard shading press paper thing inside, but it also comes in just a gel where it's just a gel in the can too, or the cone air fresheners. This is in a lot of variations, this Hawaiian scent from Dollar Tree. Really like this scent, and this one happened to be all the orange school bus orangey yellow shade, and same thing, I got a ring on this one for some reason. There was a ring and left a little bit of wax up against the sides and the bottom, but basically burnt itself out. And I can't smell anything anymore. It's gone. Same story. In the bathroom, it did well. The reason I'm saying this one with all this particular color, the whole candle, was because they also sell this same scent, Hawaiian, but it'll say plus vanilla. And what you'll get is this color, and on the top layer, you'll get a purple. But I don't smell that much difference between this version of this color or the one where the purple's added and it says plus vanilla. They smell both Hawaiian-y to me. They smell exactly the same. I don't know how much vanilla you're really getting from it, but it's just two-tone, where this one with just all this color. I love this scent. I love it in candle. I love it in any of the other configurations that I just mentioned. It is a tropical scent. Is it florally? No. It's fruity. It's like Hawaiian fruits. I really like it, but it's not a floral. All right, that takes care of the candles. Now, we're going to go through these wax melts, and I'm going to go as fast as I possibly can. Because some of this stuff I've reviewed a number of times already, but we're just going to fly through them. Let me see here. I'm not sure. There's doubles, triples, and we'll get to them as I come to them. We're going to start off with this one first. This was from Aldi stores not so long ago, a number of weeks back. This was in Aldi stores. This is the Huntington Home line that they carry. This was the pink sugar cookie. It was white soy wax, and it actually had pink crystallized sugar, dyed crystallized sugar sprinkled on top of the white wax. They got a little bougie with them and fancy. So this was the pink sugar cookie. It was sugar cane and vanilla bean. It smelled exactly 6 pieces. These were something like $1.79 or something like that. $1.79, $1.89. This smelled exactly like a sugar cookie with the pink extra crushed crystallized pink, dyed pink sugar crystals on it. You could still smell it in here. It's a very good sugar cookie scent. It has a warmness to it too. It smells warm, like when the cookies are coming out of the oven, warm. And as they cool, that scent dissipates away. That's what this smells like. Did it throw good? I bought several packs of this in one shopping trip to the one and only Aldi I went for this, up the hill. I bought 6 of these in one shot. But I bought some other fragrances that day because there was 4 different ones in this collection. But just this scent, I picked up 6 of them. One I didn't have much good luck with in the sugar cookie of the 6 packs. One I didn't have that great of a experience with. This one, a much better experience. It's just the pour. There's, what are you going to do? So, yeah, this one did a lot better. This one I got at least an 8.25 at times in throw. It was warm sugar cookie smell the whole time. Did not smell like vanilla cookie crunch from Better Homes and Gardens. No. This had a warm sugar cookie smell. Very, very good. Love this scent. I hope they bring something like this back again, with the scent. I don't care what the color of the wax is. I don't care whether they put crystals or nothing on it. Just the scent. It was very, very good. I could still smell it in here. Oh, warm sugar cookies. Yeah, love that scent. Okay. This one here was part of the same collection. This was the Huntington Homes Watermelon Sugared Lemonade, Sparkling Lemon and Melon. This one was in a pink color wax with yellow, tiny, real tiny yellow candy beads. Really, really tiny ones. It was sprinkled on the top of this beautiful pink, like this color pink it was. The same way the pink is on there. Watermelon Sugar Lemonade. Yeah. This one did about the same. I can still smell it here. It smells exactly like the watermelon scent that you get from Better Homes and Gardens or Sensationals. Watermelon kiwi or watermelon lemonade from Walmart. It's got that same thing. Not the watermelon sugar. No, not that one. One of the other ones that's out. Sensationals of Better Homes and Garden. Watermelon, sugared watermelon and something, whatever. They're in Walmart. You'll see them. The way they'll smell is how this smelled. It performed really good too. I'd say it was at least an 8 out of 10. 2 pieces in the warmer went for hours, people. Emphasis on hours. Yeah, really like that one. Really, really, really good scent. Okay, then I have this one that came out a couple Christmases back in Walmart. It was from the Better Homes and Gardens. It was the Snow Cherry and Macarons, Cherry, Cranberry, Champagne, Vanilla Bean, and Macaron. And this is when you got the 8 pieces. This was a very good scent. I had it many times in the wax melts like this. And I've had it in the fancy mercury glass. They had 2 different style jars for this scent, as well as the rest of what was in this collection, the plaid collection. They had 2 different mercury size jars. They had one that just looked like an ordinary everyday, like what I just showed you from the Dollar Tree, and like Dollar General, the ordinary little glasses like that. They had one like that, but it was mercury glass, and it was they had several scents, but whatever the color the label was, they tried to get the mercury glass to be the same color. Okay, so they had that version candle with 1 wick, but then they had another candle where it's this round look here, and then it comes in and has like a gooseneck on it, whatever the name of that kind of a jar is. They also had it in this set, and I bought both candles, and I bought many of the wax melts, and this scent was scrumptious, but whatever the rest of the 8 or 10 scents were in this collection, the jars were the same. The 2 different kinds of jars, both being mercury glass, just different shape. They were for the other scents just the same, and the color matched whatever the scent was. But this one here, Snow Cherries and Macarons, I didn't really smell macarons, but I got oh, you can still smell it in here. It wasn't cherry like, not like cherry Kool-Aid, cherry soda. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like cherry maraschino cherries either. It's a different kind of a cherry scent. Real juicy, tangy, and tart, but sweet. It's all 3. It's like a mature cherry. It's the only thing I can explain to you. Excellent throw on this. 9 out of 10. 2 cubes for hours and hours and hours without needing to change it out after 4 hours, maybe 5 if you even get that far with some wax melt. No, this went for days. All I had to do was just keep changing the tea light. Very good. Need to bring something like this back again. In fact, bring this scent back. And I don't care what kind of packaging you put it in or what kind of label you put on it, just bring the scent back. Excellent, excellent. My friend Pamela, she's in a lot of Facebook groups, the same as me, for wax melts and candles. She's obsessed with this scent as much as I am. So yeah, love this scent. Excellent throw. Very much enjoyed it singly, but you can pair this with greeneries if you want. You can pair this up with more cookie or cake scents if you want. Maybe you can even pair this with a chocolate scent. Chocolate and cherries. I think the possibilities are endless with this scent, but I enjoy it just straight up the way it is. I love it. I'm glad I have a few more left yet. Okay, then this is another scent that I like. I did have it in the single wick 20-ounce jars more than once, but I get a jar that I'm lucky with once in a while, and then I get a jar where I'm not so lucky on the throat. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But I've had it many a times. I can't tell you how many times, but it's been a lot. I love this scent from Mainstays. It is the salted caramel butterscotch. Now, I already explained my story about salted caramel. I'm in love with salted caramel. Love the smell, and I love to eat salted caramel. But this has more of a butterscotch note that you get right away. True butterscotch. And I do love butterscotch candy, hardtacks, and I do love butterscotch pudding. I love butterscotch pudding. So this is the salted caramel butterscotch. It is toffee, vanilla, and butterscotch are the scent notes. Toffee, vanilla, and butterscotch. When you pop this open, you do get that butter smell. That's like in butterscotch candies. You get that butteriness, but you get that butterscotchy smell too. You get a little bit of a sea salt in this. There is a vanilla, that's the creaminess. There's a sugariness to this. Not tooth-achingly sweet sugary, just that sweet sugar. And you get that buttery toffiness. And there's a creaminess. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the vanilla giving it a creamy. This smells like butterscotch candies or butterscotch pudding. Yeah. Does it throw good in this? Yeah. I get an 8 out of 10 in this. I throw 3 pieces because these are half sizes. So it's like a cube and a half. I put 3 in my warmer, and it goes and goes, and it scents up the room, and it travels a little ways, you know, depending on the airflow in your house from one room to the other, just like mine. This travels. It is decadent. A true butterscotch scent. Love it, love it, love it. I get at least an 8, sometimes a 7.5, to be honest, but sometimes I get a good solid 8 out of this. I love this scent. Now, this one here, you can probably get 2 4-hour tea lights, or just use 1 6-hour tea light before this fragrance starts to get weak. But that's still good. 6 hours for 3 pieces, I'd say that's pretty good since these are only $1.10. Love, 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 love this scent. Oh, yes, I do. All right, now we have this one. This was part of the Christmas lineup this past year in Walmart. They had so many different lineups and configurations. Better Homes and Garden had 2 different setups for Christmas wax melt scents. Mainstays had the 12 Days of Christmas lined up in scents. There was the Black Paper Party and the Black Paper Bag, both by the same company, poured by MVP. They had 2 different versions, and one line of Christmas scents, and they had another line under the same name. I mean, just changing the one word. They had another lineup. There was so much going on this past Christmas in Walmart, it wasn't even funny. Just with wax melts, then including candles and everything else. And then we had Goose Creek thrown in there at Christmas time with candles and wax melts too. But Better Homes and Gardens had more than one line. They had the solid labels with the solid color in the back and just white writing on them. And then they had another Christmas line going where it had fancier labels that had like wrapping paper look, or like argyle look, or plaid look. They had so much. I hope this Christmas it's the same way, because that gives you a wide variety of so many scents to choose from each of the companies. But this was in this collection of the solid color background label. I had bought this up in my Hazelton store more than once because they had restocked. I grabbed it, a lot of this. Then I found some out of town in Hometown, and I also found some in Buckhorn. I'm not so scent. I still have some left. I really, really like this scent. I was really hooked on the Better Homes and Gardens. I guess I'm thinking the name. I could see the label. The label had the dog sled business on it. That scent had a slight little kiss of orange to it. But it was like clean, fresh, ozone air, the rest of it. That was another one. I really went nuts buying that everywhere. But this was the Better Homes and Garden one with the solid label. That's the solid label I'm talking about. Color block label, white wording. This one was the orange zest and brown sugar. This was orange zest, lemons, cinnamon sticks, brown sugar, butter, and vanilla. This one, I went nuts over. A few of my wax melt friends from certain wax groups, they like this scent just the same. So it wasn't just me. This smells so damn good. You can smell butter. You can smell softened butter. Not melted, just softened butter. And again, you smell brown sugar. A slight bit of sweetness from the brown sugar. Not overly sweet like cupcake scents that have the buttercream or a vanilla icing where it's really the frosting that you're smelling a lot. This is just light on that. It's there, but it's just that your nose picks it up. But it has an orange. But again, this is not an orange that is floral like Orange Blossom, but it is not a cupcake orange. It is not a icing or frosting orange scent. It's nothing like Better Homes and Gardens Orange Buttercream Cupcake. That is just a monster, that scent. It's a softer orange. It doesn't smell like a popsicle orange either. It's just a hint of orange. It's not orange juicy. It's just a nice soft orange. Is the best way I can describe it. You can definitely smell, but it is not screaming outrageous orange. It is so nice. It has just the right amount of sweetness to this, and just the right amount of this nice orangey scent. Love it, love it, love it, and it throws great. I get a 9 out of 10 on this. 2 pieces. It goes for hours. Just change the tea light out when it's burnt up. Put a new one in. I don't have to keep changing the wax out. I love this. As soon as I smelled it for the first time in my local Walmart up the hill, when I had gone one of the days into Walmart when this stuff was first popping, as soon as I took a whiff of this, I was sold. That's why I put everything that I seen in my cart that day. Yeah, because I was sold on it immediately. I didn't even get it home to burn it yet. I was sold. I loaded my cart up. Same thing I did with the one that's the Better Homes and Gardens that had the dog sled. That was another one. It just had this orange scent. Now, I like these kind of oranges, and of course I like orange blossomy scents, but I also like a very sharp, juicy orange. Not a bitter orange, but a robust orange. Love it, love it, love it. So, yeah, this was good. I hope they bring it back this year again. Really, really like that. And in fact, I get on these things where I match things that are matchy times, and then I go way off the railings, and I'll put things that you wouldn't normally put together, and I create concoctions that way. This and the butterscotch goes good together. Butterscotch orange. This kind of orange, and it's saying zest, but it's not zesty like other orange zest scents are. This is different. It's just enough. These paired together, hell, it was an explosion. I loved it. All right, then we have, speaking of robust orange, Better Homes and Gardens Mandarin Orange and Better Homes and Gardens Rigid Sensationals. They have orange, mandarin orange splash, they smell all the same. This one is a little different. This comes in candle forms too. This is the mainstays cranberry mandarin spice. It is real orangey and robust and a lot of sweet cranberry here. This is a louder scent, but it has the spice with it. The spice is the cinnamon, is what gives it the oomph, because the scent notes are citrus, cranberry, and spice. This is really, really good. You compare this with some greenery scents like, balsam pines, holly berry, whatever you want to do. I just use it straight, but you can mix it for holiday time. Somewhere leading up to Thanksgiving, leading all the way up to Christmas, into New Year's, a little bit after New Year's, whatever you want to do. This does pair with a greenery berry type of holly berry, bayberry type of a scent. But I like it just the way it is. This is super strong. Love this. It is still available in Walmart stores. It's exactly what I just said. It's a sweet orange, not orange juice, almost bordering on an orange lollipop type of a flavor and scent, but it's robust, meaning it's strong. And the sweet cranberry. And then you can smell that. You know how when you mix a brand new bag of granulated sugar and you mix it with ground cinnamon, you know that combination that you get of the sweet and spicy? And you can actually smell the sugar because it's crystallized. And when the ground cinnamon mixes with it and it becomes a medley of the two of them, you can pick that up right in here. You can smell that sweet sugar combined with the cinnamon. And then that orange and cranberry comes out. This is a great scent. It is a fabulous thrower, people. This is a 9 out of 10 throw. Love this scent. And it lasts too. It lasts, but like I said, you can pair it with, spruces, pines, Douglas firs, hollyberry, bayberry, winterberry, gooseberries, snowberries, anything you want. You can pair it with that too. Love it. It's nice, strong. I think it's good for all year long. I really do. Oh, and you can pair this with the Better Homes and Gardens warm chestnut scent. Those two together in the same warmer, or one in one warmer and one in another one next door to each other. Any way you want to do it, terrific. Create a whole new experience. Really love this. Okay. Then we have this one. This is another disaster. Pardon me, but I need a sip. Okay. This was from the Dollar General again. This is another one of the thumbs down. This was the Harry Slacken sliding his way into Dollar General, people, with his Club 92 Slacken & Co. wax melt and candles. This one here was the Very Vanilla Cupcake 10-pack of scented wax melts infused with essential oil. Label's real pretty. Price was $3. You got 10 pieces of the Very Vanilla Cupcake. Smelled good on cold. Put it in the warmer. No. Again, 10 pieces. And of course, the clamshell itself. Don't know if we're going to get this here. Let me see what I can do. Maybe I can put this behind it so you can see. I don't know if it's coming across that way there. But in the tray of the wax melt, we have CLUB and then 9 and 2 and then club again. We have the words Club 92 wrote. And this goes, it's on the outside, it's on the inside, and then of course when the wax is poured, it goes and embeds itself into the wax. Very fancy, did all of this work. The only thing is, this shit doesn't throw. It does not throw in candles or wax melts. I can't smell zero in here. Zero fragrance, zero funky wax, nothing. It's completely like as if this is what it is right here. It's like they never poured anything in the tray. That's how scentless this is. When there was some in here, I got a little bit of scent. It smelled like a good cupcake, but these are not huge pieces. These are like half-sizers too, where they're giving you the 10 pieces, but if you put 2 together, it'd be equivalent to a standard size wax cube. So it's really only 5 uses, because these are so freaking weak. A half of one does shit. 2 together does shit. 3 does shit. 4, you're up to now 2 full-size wax cubes. 0 throw, people. Don't waste your $3. Don't waste your $4 and something on the small candle version, or the little bit bigger version. They're over $5 or $7. It's scentless. There's nothing. You're wasting your money. So that's the story on the Harry Slotkin. I don't know what kind of bullshit he was pulling off going in the Dollar General, but he pulled it off because people were suckered into this to get 0 from it. Okay? So don't pass it up if you see it. Walk by. Alright. Now, I ain't impressed very much of Harry Slotkin, no more than I am Goose Creek. But anyway, moving along, we have another one of the orange zest brown sugars I just talked about. And I still have more in my stash. Love this scent. Love it. Okay. This one was from a couple years ago in Aldi stores. It was, I don't know, 3 or 4 summers ago. Somewhere around there. Maybe 5. This was the Huntington Homes Day at the fair. This was sweet watermelon, coconut vanilla waffle cone, and churro funnel cake. It was a triple pour. Each of those scents made it a triple pour. Beautiful label. Ferris wheel. A churros dessert here. It's a funnel cake with ice cream. We got the watermelon piece right here on each side. But that is a funnel cake. And then it has vanilla ice cream. And it looks like some kind of caramel or something drizzled over it. We don't got nothing showing an actual waffle cone on there, because they didn't have enough room putting everything else in there. But this was great. These were something $1.49. And I grabbed a shitload of this scent in more than one Aldi's, I'll admit it. And I also grabbed a bunch of the Cabana Days, which was part of the same collection. I can't remember what the other 2 were right now, but there was 4 different clamshells for this 1 week run, or there was still some laying around into the 2nd week in your store, but after that, and it never came back. It should come back. So, these were nice and oily. You might be able to see some of that in there where there's some oil still laying in the tray a little bit. But you got 4 pieces, which is like, I would say that 2 of these pieces come very close to 1 cube, standard cube of a wax melt. So you got 4 pieces of the sweet watermelon. Then you got 4 pieces of the coconut vanilla waffle cone. And then you got 4 pieces of the churro funnel cake. You can use them independently. You can mix them up all different ways, which is what I did. I tried it all different ways that I can think of. And I did them independently since I bought so many of these. I bought a lot. Like 14 to 20 packs just of this scent. And a lot of the Cabana Day one also. So anyway, I could still smell the fragrances in this. That's how long ago they were made for all these stores. The top is the watermelon. You could still smell it. Is it a watermelon lemonade type of scent? No. Is it a Jolly Rancher watermelon? No. It is just a fresh watermelon. No extra sugar, no candy sweetness. There's nothing else mixed in the watermelon. It's just straight, watery, naturally sweetened watermelon. That's exactly what it is. The middle one was the vanilla I'm sorry, the coconut vanilla waffle cone. That's what this one was. You smell a little tiny bit of coconut, a sweet vanilla, and the way a sugar cone smells versus a cake cone, which is a waffle. You have waffle cone, sugar cone, and the wafer cone. It smells like a waffle cone. Okay, and then of course the bottom, that's where the cinnamon churro thing came in. All together, the three of them combined together, just like they are in the container here when you get it, you get an aroma of everything. It smells like summertime. It smells like you are at the boardwalk. You're smelling ice cream. You're smelling homemade waffle cones being put together. You're smelling watermelon. The watermelon is very strong in this. Very, very strongly scented. But so is the rest of the other 2 scents. But these were strong. These did really good. Excellent independently. Excellent mixed in any kind of configuration you want to put them in. One was not any stronger or weaker than the other. They're all about the same, but they were all strong. Scent is still in here after all that time. That's when you knew things were good, people. That's what they need to come back to doing. It just smells so freaking good. It just smells so good. It's as if the wax pieces were still in here, but they're not. And this container, it just absorbed the fragrances. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Very, very good combination of scents. This through, no word lie, a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. I was using this on a day-to-day basis when I first got it. And I went through like 5 packs in no time. I went out of town to a couple other Aldi's. I found it still in there. I bought more of it. And the Cabana. Yeah, I was nuts over these 2 cents. Between using it and popping in other Aldi's and finding some laying around, yeah. And I grabbed them. They need to bring these 2 cents back. Very, very good. 10 out of 10. Very good for Huntington Homes. Okay. Then we have this one, which you can find it in Walmart stores currently. This is the wax melts, but they also have it in the candles. And it used to be out moons ago, and they re-brought it back. Because this was out many years ago. Nothing changed about it. Not its name and not its configuration of the scent notes that bring it together. This was out some moons ago, but it returned. This is the Mainstays Hawaiian Coconut. This is lime, coconut, and vanilla. The label even looks the same from years ago, but it's back. You do get coconut. It's like a sunscreen type of a coconut, not a candy kind of coconut. It's sunscreeny. It's watery. It's a little perfumey. You do smell lime. It's like being at the beach drinking a margarita. Your sunscreen is on. You smell the ocean wetness in the back. It's watery. But there's some kind of a floral in here too. And the floral is strong. There's strongness. And the lime is strong. Everything about this is strong. I can't say what the candle does because I didn't buy it. But I bought plenty of the wax melt. This is another one. It's so strong you could taste it. It opens up your nose. It opens up your sinuses. It stays with you. It's clingy. Very strong. It's a wanderer. But you can taste it on the back of your throat after a while. Very good for $1.10 if you like these kind of tropical scents. There's no fruitiness to this one. It's florally and lime. Just lime. Not extra exotic fruits. And the coconut, it smells like sunscreen with a strong ocean water scent, florally perfume, and a margarita all wrapped in the one. This is super strong. 10 plus out of throw. 2 pieces will give you the equivalency of 1 regular standard wax cube. You might even want to use a half. It is super duper 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 strong and goes and goes and goes. Yeah. So if you can't get by the pool, because we don't know if that's returning this year into the Walmart stores, which is a fragrance I love. If you can't get it, this is another great beachy copper tone beverage tropical goodness type of a scent that could take its place. But it's not an exact dupe for it, but it is beachy. It is, oceanside and tropical drink. Love this one. Okay. Then we have another one of this, when this was great. It comes back every year into all these stores under Huntington Home. It's one of the ones that actually does work anymore. This is the frosted vanilla that I've talked about a couple times. I still have a few left, but I need to get some more this coming Christmas. In wax melt, as well as the, what used to be 3 wicks is now 2 wick candles in there. But we'll see what they do by Christmas time. I love this scent. This is the frosted vanilla from Huntington Home. Super duper strong. 2 cubes will last you for days on end. You just need to keep changing your tea light out. That's all you need to do. Super strong when it's throwing. Lasts for days. It's a perfumey vanilla. But there's some kind of... This is very hard for me to explain. I'm trying, people. It's just super duper strong. This one will open your nose too. If you have a sinus problem right now, it'll fight its right through that blockage. It's sweet, but yet perfumey. There's almost like a little bit of something citrusy in there. It's loud. It's wonderful. I love it. Great by itself. Great mixing it with other stuff. Love it, love it, love it. I love this. I get it every year. Right along with their frosted cranberry. Love both of these scents. This here is a 20. Yeah. Well, let me just leave it at that. It's a 20 plus plus. That's how strong this scent is. 1 cube will do you. 2 will... You don't have to change your warmer for a whole week. Just keep changing the tea lights in and out. That's all you need to do. Oh, the fragrance is embedded into this plastic. And it's so super strong, as if the wax cubes were still sitting in here. Oh, love this scent. Love it. Love it. Okay. I don't know, people. I'm getting crazier in my ears. But anyway, this one is also available in Walmart stores and online. This is the Better Homes and Gardens. This is the Vanilla Orchid. It's honeysuckle, violet, rose, hyacinth, lilac, and vanilla. I like the way this one smells. It is a floral, but I do smell honeysuckle, but I smell a rose. But the rose is not like a fresh, long stem rose that you cut. It's not that way. But it's not an antique rose either. It's a pretty soft rose scent. It's just different. It's a nice perfumey smell. A perfumey floral. It's very pretty the way it's melded together with the scent notes. It's nice and strong when it throws too. This is definitely a 10 plus in throw. Love it. If you want to mix other florals with it, I don't think you really need to, but if you want to, or if you want to mix some cupcake scents with this, kind of like Bath and Body Works did with Pink Petal Tea Cake, which is fragrance I do like from Bath and Body Works, though I don't shop there anymore. But I do like that scent. I have a candle in Pink Petal Tea Cake that I have not burned once. I keep it because that scent's not always there anymore. If they bring it back once in a while. But the point is, I bought one to use and I enjoyed it, and I bought one as a spare, and it's just for sniffing purposes. That's it. So, but this kind of smells like it. It has that same balance. It has just that right amount of sweetness. It's girly-like. I like this. So if you do like pink petal tea cake from Bath & Body Works, this is a good dupe for it. It really is. It's balanced so nicely and strong enough for it to throw, but yet have a sort of softness and not a loud floral to it, but enough that you're going to smell this. There's no problem smelling this scent. But like I said, if you want to add cupcake to it or vanilla cookie crunch, you'll get more of a bakery floral combination. But just by itself, it's really pretty. I like this one, and it throws good. Definitely a 9-10 out of throw. Yeah, no doubts about it. Okay, this one here was also part of this past Christmas where I was saying in Walmart with the solid block color label. Like this one is in the same collection. This one here, it's hard to see the writing because it's a very pale blue color, and then we got the white writing. This one was called the Snowball Shortbread Cookies. This was vanilla, sugar, buttercream frosting. That's buttercream frosting, vanilla cake, sugar cane, and whipped cream. And the wax, I remember it being either white or pale blue like this. Very pale blue. This is another one. It's got that same warm sugar cookie smell like the Huntington Homes from Aldi's. The cookie smell is identical. It's identical in here. It's that warm sugar cookies coming out of the oven. The warmth is coming right with the cookies. But there's the sweetness. It could be a little bit of the frosting. They smell identical. Except this one is supposed to have a tiny smidgen of coconut, which I don't smell. But two different companies, but identical scent. Identical. Loved it. Needing to bring more warm cookie smells to Walmart too. That true warm cookie scent. Okay, then I have another one of the butterscotch. The mainstays, but salted caramel butterscotches. I went through two of them. Love that scent, like I said. Okay, then I have, I think there's two of these. Just give me a moment, please. Just give me a second here. I hope. Maybe there's three. Hold on just a moment. I don't know if I come across another one. We'll see. I don't see anymore, but you never know. This is currently available also in Walmart. Love this scent. Reminds me of the cookies called, they're shortbread cookies that are sprinkled with powdered white sugar on them. And there's a little bit of either a lemon or lime fragrance flavoring to them, to the real cookies. You can make your own, but you can buy them in certain stores, maybe local town bakeries that make them. They're called lemon coolers or lime coolers cookies. It's a shortbread cookie rolled into a ball, covered, like I said, with the 10x white powdered sugar, and then there's a lemon or a lime taste. Love them cookies, especially in the summertime. Man, they're cool and refreshing. Okay, so this reminds me of it a hell of a lot. This is the Better Homes and Gardens Frosted Lemon Bars. I've bought lots of this. I've used a lot, and I have more in my collection, and I'll still continue to pick more of this up as long as Walmart still continues to carry it till whenever we don't see it anymore. This is the Better Homes and Gardens Frosted Lemon Bars. Love this scent. Nice and strong. Makes your mouth start to salivate, just like the cookies do. When you put the cookies in your mouth, you get your mouth starts to salivate from them. Love this. This has no icing. They're saying there's frosting in the scent notes, but this just smells like what I'm telling you. It's so freaking good. You get that cookie note in there. You get that shortbread cookie note. It's strong, and you get this nice zesty lemon. There's a sweet but zesty tanginess to this, along with the cookie itself. So this has scent notes of lemon, sugar, cookies, frosting, vanilla, and buttercream. But we don't see any cookies on here frosted. There's none frosted. But they don't have the polarized sugar. But they smell like the polarized sugar ones that I'm telling you that are rolled in it. This is excellent. This is a great thrower. This is a 9 out of 10, even a 10 out of 10. Goes for hours, scents the room up, travels a little bit, makes you hungry, and like I said, your mouth starts to salivate. Love this one. This is great alone, but I'm sure you can find some things if you wanted to mix it with and create your own concoction. I just use it straight up. I love this scent. It does go for some hours before it really needs to have another tea light. But if you are using wax warmers that are electric, whether it be bulb or hot plates, and you don't have to worry about the tea lights, but it still goes and goes and goes. Yeah, love this scent. This was a smart move when they put this one out on the market. All right, then I have 2 of the Mainstays vanilla. I like this alone, but I also like using it to make something more creamy, or people use this vanilla scents to tone something down. I'm not looking to tone it down. I'm looking to add creaminess to it on certain scents. So this is the Mainstays. This comes in every configuration that your Walmart can bring it to you. From wax melt to all kinds of candle versions. This is their vanilla. Mainstays vanilla. It is vanilla, buttercream, and marshmallow. And you can distinguish between all 3 scents. This is good. You definitely get that marshmallow smell. Yep, definitely smell marshmallow, but then you could smell like somebody just made homemade buttercream frosting, or you bought already made buttercream frosting from Pillsbury, Duncan Hines, Betty Crocker, whatever. And a nice creaminess, but you can definitely distinguish between the marshmallow and the actual buttercream. You could smell them independently in here. This is always a good one on throw by itself, but like I said, you can mix it with stuff for whatever your reason be. So, yeah, I like this. I find this hard to find in wax melts a lot of times because everybody scoops it up in my area. As soon as they fill it, within a day or 2, the whole slots are empty again. I had it in candle forms. It works good, but I prefer wax melts more than candles anymore. I only buy what I want in a candle. I do not stock up like I used to. I had a hoard of candles, large jars, a lot of Yankee, a lot of stuff from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods, places like that. Village Candle, lots of places. I'm trying not to buy so many like I used to. I had come home with 6, 7, 8 candles a day when I would go shopping into those other department stores. And sure, I enjoyed it time, but then after a while, it just started to become mundane to me in some ways. But then also in other ways, I started having panic attacks when I would go in the back room of my home where I have a spare bedroom that we really don't use it as a spare bedroom. We use it more as just a spare room to put stuff in. Every time I'd see it, instead of being happy and excited and joyful, I started becoming depressed when I looked at it. And I also, at other times, became very anxious, thinking to myself, oh my God, what if I don't live long enough to burn all these? So anymore, no, I don't hoard anymore. Yes, wax melts I hoard because I go through them real quick. But candles, no. I pick up a candle here and there once in a while. All right, this was another great scent when it came out a couple years ago. And, of course, I talked about this many a times, but I bought a lot. And it came in 2 colors. And they made wax warmers to match the colors of the wax and the labels. They made the wax warmers. It was Mercury Glass Pumpkin wax warmers that came out. One was in a pretty teal blue color. The other one was traditional orange. They were both Mercury Glass. Those warmers are fabulous for throwing the scent, let me tell you. But there was a problem where some of them were not painted correctly, and people were returning them. And there was also a problem with the metal tray that sat in the top of the glass warmer, and then you'd put your wax cubes in. Some of them had a paint base, but they're not the only ones. There's a lot of wax warmers that are in Walmart stores being pushed out from China, that the bottom of your, whether it's a metal tray, whether it's a ceramic tray, whatever it be, they're painting the bottom. I don't know what that's all about, but people who bought them, when they're warming their fragrance, they're smelling the heat coming from the paint that's painted on the bottom of the trays of the warmers. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't have that answer. But people were returning the warmers because of this reason. But we also had people who were taking a wool pad or sandpaper or anything to sand it off so they wouldn't get the fuminess. I didn't have that problem. I mean, I had the paint the same as everyone else, but I couldn't smell it. So some people are more sensitive. They can actually smell the fumes of the paint once it was warming from the light bulb in the warmer. And they were the things they were doing to try to correct the problem. My nose just never smelled it. And I have a damn good sniffer, let me tell you. And if you can't tell that from my videos, then I don't know what else to tell you. But no, I couldn't smell it. I didn't have to remove mine. Some people were using, also they were using nail polish remover on a cotton pad or a cotton ball, and they were pushing it underneath the tray to try to, remove the paint the way you remove nail polish from your fingers or toes. I couldn't smell it, so I didn't have a problem like everyone else concerning the paint. But it is not only on those pumpkin warmers. If they bring them back this year again, I don't know. But it's on some others, some other warmers in Walmart. You'll see the bottom of your tray painted. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why they're choosing to do that. So anyway, back to this scent. This is the Better Homes and Gardens Pumpkin and Pistachio. Now, let me tell you, I love pumpkin scents when pumpkin season comes, but I also like a good apple scent when the fall comes around, September and October, and even into November. And I love pistachios, so if you think I'm crazy over peaches and apples and pumpkins, pistachios is another one of my weakness. I love pistachio pudding. I love pistachio cake. I just love plain pistachios by themselves. I love it in fragrance too. Pistachio and pumpkin. Yankee Candle had a candle out a couple of years ago. It was called Crunchy Vanilla Pistachio. Oh, I was nuts over that one too. So this was from Better Homes and Gardens. Right now, in Walmart, under the Better Homes and Gardens, we have another one that I'm crazy about, and I've reviewed it a lot of times. It was the it's available. It's the hold on just a moment. Let me stretch over here a second. Hold on just a moment, please. That's not it either. I don't know if I have any in my bag here for empties. It doesn't look like it, but I've reviewed it a zillion times already. It's the coconut milk, berries and coconut milk with pistachio. It's a wax melt. I've bought tons of that scent and melted tons of it and repurchased it. I get the pistachio. You can smell the actual pistachio in there with the berry and the other note that's in it. It's a real strong one too. I say it's the cousin to this vanilla orchid one in a different vein, but sort of in the same vein, in and out. But I think they're compatible with each other. Love that scent. But my point is I can smell the pistachio. Well, this one here, I hope they bring it back or something very close to this for this coming fall. This was the Better Homes and Gardens, again in the 8 cube business with the, the and sign into the container. And then, of course, the wax will get that embedding. But I bought loads of this, and this is the teal version, but I also had the rusty orange. And like I'm telling you, the pumpkins came in both colors too. And the waxes were dyed, and the labels were the color. So this is the teal version. They didn't smell any different. It's just they made it in 2 different colors. That's all I'm telling you. And they made the pumpkin warmers in the same 2 colors. This here is the pumpkin and pistachio. This is pumpkin puree. It actually does smell like pumpkin puree. Salted pistachio, yes. Apple butter, yes. Almond milk, yes. Creme brulee, yes. And brown sugar, yes. This was a fabulous scent. It was a strong scent. 2 cubes of this went for an entire week of multiple hours in each of the days. Yeah. Love this, and I have quite a bit left in this, as well as in the teal, as well as the rusty orange. Still smells as good as the day I bought it. This is so freaking good. I know a lot of people like this when it came out in wax groups that I'm part of. A lot of people love this. It was another one. I was plugging this every day until the wax actually did need changing. And then I plugged it more, meaning I was burning this day and night, day after day, night after night. Yeah, because I loved it. But then it came to a point where I had to actually stop myself, which was very hard because I would have plowed through the rest of the wax melts that I have in both shades, and I wouldn't have any left because I wasn't sure if they're bringing this back or not. And I didn't see it this past year because this came out the previous year. But they need to bring it back this year. This was really, really freaking good, and it threw well. This was definitely a 10 out of 10 and throw. It smells good. I can still smell it in that container as if the wax was still sitting there. Oh my God, this smells so good. This smells so freaking good. I love this. Fabulous scent. I don't know if you can... I highly doubt you can order this online. It's probably not there. If there's a picture, it's probably saying out of stock, unavailable anymore. But they need to bring it back, people. They need to bring it back. Walmart, if you're listening to me, bring this scent back. Anyway, I'm glad I bought as much as I did. I kept going to my own Walmart every 3 days to just keep checking on it and buying boatloads of it. Then when I couldn't find it after some time because they weren't getting it in, it took some time to get the last of it in, actually on the shelves. I was already checking out Wilkes-Barre Walmart, Hometown Walmart, Buckhorn Walmart. I even went as far as going south down towards Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. I was going to Walmart's down that way. Yeah, hell, all I did was buy this scent. And it didn't matter which of the colors it was because it smells the same. It's just they put it in 2 different scents and colors. The colors. The scent was the same in both. Loved it. And I do have the wax warmer, and I love it. I love the teal one. The orange is pretty, but I really like the teal blue color one in the warmer. And it throws terrific, people. That little mercury glass warmer, it really gets freaking hot. It's the full size one. I don't remember them making the plug-in smaller version where you can put maybe 1 cube. I don't remember them doing that, but it was just in the full size. But yeah, really love this. Love that scent. Okay, speaking of pistachio, this is from Tuscany. Now, this is where I got it at my supermarket, a locally owned supermarket in my town. They get Tuscany in once in a while, usually around any holidays, not just Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, but they'll put something out for Easter. They'll put something out for Valentine's Day, I was gonna say not the 4th of July. They do put something out for 4th of July too, but I was trying to say St. Patrick's Day. There's a limited amount of this in the grocery store each time. They don't buy in abundance and have this stuff all the time. It's occasionally on leading to a holiday of some sort, but a limited amount. They don't get in tons of it because they don't want to be stuck with it or have to reduce it for quick sale. So they get a small shipment for each of the seasons or the holidays. So this is the Tuscany candle. This is from their farmhouse collection. I like these labels because they look like they were tea stained, as if, you know, you put a tea bag to them and they were stained, or old parchment paper that turned tea stained color. This here is from the farmhouse fall collection. This was pistachio macarons, the French cookie, not the American cookie known as a macaroon. Okay? This contains the essential oils, and it's a soy blend. They were 2.5 ounce standard amount in a clamshell, everyday clamshell, 6 pieces, and that's what the label looked like. And there it is, pistachio macarons, not macaroons. And this was all white wax, super white soy, super bright white, and then soy wax. I can smell like a cherry in here, a faint cherry smell, just a little bit. That pistachio fragrance. I don't really smell much of a macaron cookie, but I get some kind of a perfume in here, and it smells more like a vanilla floral instead of a vanilla bakery. This was a strong one. 2 pieces, it went for hours and days. The more that you, the less time you have your warmer just going and going and going. Once you got it going, you shut it off, and that fragrance will stay instead of just burning it up. And like a lot of people do, they leave the burner on all day. It's not necessary a lot of times, especially when there's a strong scent, a very strong scent. Once it disperses and fills the room, you can shut the warmer off and save that fragrance, because there's more than enough in the air. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can do what they want to do. I'm just telling you that's what I know some people do, and that's not what other people do. But when something is real strong, you don't need to have that warmer going and going and going. You know, it's so super strong already. So this is strong, and it's not even in the warmer. This smells like the wax is still here too. It is super strong. The underside of the lid as well as the container. The bottom tray. Whew, this is super strong. Is this bakery like they're saying? Very little. It is super more strong, perfumey vanilla, a floral vanilla, with that tiny hint of a macaron cookie. There's a cherry note in here a little bit. It's like a woman who has a very strong vanilla sugar perfume on. That's what this smells like, with just a tiny bit of cherry, a little bit of a crunchy cookie, very little. It's very perfumed, but you do smell the pistachio note in this too. But it's a strong one. It's another one that can make you start to feel nauseated or a headache because it's very strong. But definitely worth its price. They always sell these for anything, like I just mentioned, any holidays when they're around. You just had some jar counts, but they always have, a few trays of different scents of the wax melts. They always sell them 2 for $5 in the grocery store. But it's only at holidays, whatever the holiday be that's coming up. Any other time you won't find this stuff. It's not there. So, yeah, always 2 for $5. So that's your best time to try Tuscany if you have it. Check your Wise stores, Wise, but it's pronounced Weiss. But people in where I live call it Wise. People do not know how to read right. It's Weiss supermarkets, not Wise or Wisey's. It's a Hazelton thing. But anyway, and also Boyer's. And then you can't find these in other places too, but that's where it's available to me. Those stores I just mentioned. But yeah, super duper freaking strong on these Tuscanies. Some Tuscanies are not very strong. They don't throw very good. But this freaking farmhouse collection, yeah, this is the second one I had. Because I had the other one, but I used it. It's long gone. But it was from the same collection, but it was called Apple Dumpling. It did not smell like apple pie, even though the pie crust, the way you cut it and form it over an apple to make an apple dumpling, but it didn't have too much of a doughiness. Just a little bit of the doughy pastry crust, but it had a lot more of the filling of the apple filled with the butter, the sugar packed into where you take the core out of the apple. It was very good. That was also a very strong wax melt for $2.50. They go for more than this on the actual Tuscany website. They're more pricier. So if you can get these at a better cost, that's the way route to go. But not everything by Tuscany throws fabulous. But this damn line, hell yeah. The apple dumpling was great, and so was this one. Super duper strong. Alright. I think I'm going to cut the video here. And I'm going to continue with part 2 in another video. So, if you've made it this far and you like this video, thumbs it up. If you're just watching me for the first time, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. This is right now wax melt candles and empties, but I also do Walmart hauls. I do wax food, a variety of things on my channel. So if you like it, come and join, and I'd love to have you here. And we're going to continue at part 2 of this continuation of wax melt empties, since I got through so much. It'll be the following video. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.